Hello, I hope y'all can hear me. Welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I am your host today, and I've got my barn clothes and my barn hair on. I've been trying to work on my microphone, and it's a whole thing when you're working with somebody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope y'all can hear me. Hi, Awakened. Hi, Ben. Bang on the drum all day. Mischief. Hello, Mischief. Good to see you. Hi, One with Cat's Shell. Good to see you. Hi, Lene. Good to see you again. Huckleberry. Woodchuck Huck. Hi, Tammy. Good to see all of you guys. Can you hear me? And I'm going to post a link. My buttery little croissant. Aw.
Can they hear you?
I have no idea. I'm assuming hi Rose K, that the yes is that you can hear me. 5 by 5. Excellent. Thank you. Hey, Kenneth. Good to see you. All right. So I posted the link. Good. So I apologize for my appearance and my because I kept telling Steve, the mixmeister here, that I had to go on, and he's still wanting to experiment, and that took up my hairbrushing and clothes changing time. Anyway, and time for whatever else I was gonna get going on the meeting. How's everybody doing? I haven't had a chance to read through the chat. See. Oh, my Lanta. I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. Yep. I don't want to play. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Ever since I was a tiny boy. Oh. All right. Took me ages. I spelled it wrong. Sorry, Shell. Yeehaw. Hey there, Tammy. Okay. Doing okay, just getting ready for work. Leave out tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right, you guys. Well, anybody want to come in and have a meeting? Because I don't have anything prepared. Hi, Kimmy's Playhouse. How you doing? Good to see everybody. I didn't even get to think about what I wanted to talk about. I had something, and it's long gone. It's been long gone, and my husband and I don't work very well together. We love each other dearly, but it turns into a pretty heated thing trying to work with each other. I don't know why. Old age pain, sciatica. I've got that too. Hoping it will pass with the damp weather. Yeah, we've been having really damp, that damp, kind of damp that and cold that just sets in your bones. Sent my youngest to Italy yesterday. He got there, so I'm fine. Right on. Well, I hope he has an amazing time. CK, how do I feel? A little better today. I just ate a lot of veggies and a lot of stuff, and so far so good. Hey.
Oh my video's screwing up.
Yes, it is. Do you have something playing in the background? Like a TV going or something?
I'm looking for it.
Misha, awakened. Hello. I saw you at the very first, and I missed. Anyway, hi.
I'm
I have
gonna
a
try
question.
rebooting.
Is it better to tell a friend an uncomfortable truth and piss them off, not to mention assume your opinion is wanted or mind your own business. Well, it depends on the friend. It depends on the relationship that you have. You know, some friends you can be more honest with than others. It's just the truth. Need a routine, boredom, and ant. Ooh, yeah, ant not good. So yeah, if you already know it's going to piss them off because you already know they don't want to hear it, then you know all you're doing is just pissing them off more than likely. You know, it's one of those things where you wait for that open, and when that little bit of a crack is there to maybe potentially be able and to want to hear it. That's been my experience. Hi, Rose.
Hello, how are you going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I love meeting new faces. I think we've frozen up here a little bit. I think it was you, but you're back.
Yeah. All right. Won't move the phone so it won't freeze again, hopefully.
Right on. How are you doing today?
Doing quite well. My son is off with his dad, which means I've got 24 hours to sit and harass my animals.
Right on.
It's really nice, yeah.
Right on.
So can you hear me okay as well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I was addressing Huck's question. Hope you don't mind me calling you Huckleberry. I don't know if that helped any with your question that you had. Honesty is best. Be kind about it. Yeah, honesty is always best if you can be. Sometimes you can't. It's not that you're going to lie. It's just that maybe it's not the right time. You know?
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's just absolutely you cannot sit on it anymore. And you got to tell them whether they like it or not. You know, it depends on, like I said, it depends on what it is. Depends on the mood they're in, how good of friends you are, you know, and what you know your history is with that friend, you know, because you kind of are, if depending on the history, you kind of know what to expect based on history, you know.
And if I can add in as an example, my son's autistic, and for a long time we simply thought that he had a speech impediment, so we're taking him to a speech therapist.
Yeah.
So when we started looking for somewhere to put him into a kindergarten, my sister-in-law kept saying to me, "Oh, there's something wrong with him. He's autistic. You need to go get him checked." But it was never nice. It was always, "There's something wrong with him." She was quite looking down her nose about it. So I ignored her. It was like about a year later that we had a really good therapist who put us onto a physiotherapist who did the testing to say, yes, he's got a global developmental delay, but we won't call it autism till he's about 5.
Okay.
So yes, the manner, I think, has a huge amount. Get off.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. If you're coming at them from
change how the frame goes. Sorry, yeah.
It's okay. Now down in the corner of the screen there, you've got a horizontal screen and a vertical screen. Just click on the horizontal one there, and that'll change your orientation.
Is that? No, that's not it.
In the left-hand corner of the screen, of the picture.
Of yours?
Well,
Yeah.
what I'm seeing is, you know, there's 2 orientations there. There's like you've got now the vertical, and then it's got a horizontal. It's kind of like choosing on
I can't see on mine. Oh well, you'll just have to take me in the
Yeah, no problem. It's
sorry,
no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at
Yeah.
all. So let's see. Any other input here? Would rather the truth than not. Most people, you know, not all people do feel that way.
Yeah.
I feel that way. Even if it hurts me in the interim, I always think about things. You know, and I'll stew on it for a little while, and then I'll decide if it's valid for me or not. Would rather the truth than not, but we're risking friendships every time we do. That is the truth. Time to tell Shell the truth. She's not my mother.
That's funny.
Oh, that is hilarious. When people ask me how I am, I often ask, "Do you really want to know?"
Yeah.
Says Mischief. Yeah.
Mhm.
Everyone calls me Hug. Well, good. Okay. Hello, Rev Rashim. Good to see you. I think most people know I'm a straight shooter, says one with Cat's shell. And I'm going to be kind but honest. It's part of having any kind of relationship with me. Yeah? Yeah, it's always good to establish that off the get-go.
Mm.
That, honesty is where it's going to be, because not everybody handles directness and honesty all that well. It depends on where they come from. They might have come from a whole house full of people that everybody avoids everything. And there's 10,000 elephants in the room, and nobody's, and everybody's stepping on them, but nobody's talking about it.
Mm.
Having to climb over them and all that. And I kind of grew up in a house like that, a lot of eggshells to have to walk around, but I still was me, and I still would say what I needed to say. And I suffered some consequences that were not good,
Mm.
and anyway, kept quiet, told the truth. Both have backfired, says Lene. Yeah. How do you tell someone that you like them without scaring them away? You mean like as in romantically like them? Hello, Ben. Again?
Hello.
You got a bird in the background making a ruckus?
Yes.
I was trying to think of a good lie, and you called me.
Sorry.
No, do you hear birds? I don't hear birds.
I've got my headphones on. I can't hear a thing, he says.
How you guys
I have
doing?
a hard time deciphering the line between being honest with love and being absolutely clueless about my lack of filter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You might, what helps me sometimes is if I write it down and come back and look at it later. And it's like, well, if someone said that to me, how would I feel? Especially if it's someone that I don't particularly like. If they said that to me, how would I feel? And can I rewrite it in such a way that it doesn't come across as upset or nasty or angry? So there are people I haven't spoken to in 2 years because every time I write down what I say to them, it's nasty. So it's like, well, I can leave it a bit longer because obviously I'm still angry.
Okay.
And what I'm seeing might not be the same as what they're seeing. So this isn't the same as, say, like, that someone, their partner is seeing someone else. This is more something like we've had a situation where they've done something that I think is wrong, and I can see what I've done that's hurt them, but I want to tell them what they did was wrong.
Yeah.
But I can't do that because every time I do, all I can think is, you are such a horrible person. I hate you. And this is why you're horrible to me. So, and that can be used in other things as well, especially if you're talking to a boss or someone like that, is if you give that to them straight away, it may not be coming from an area that's calm. So if you can't approach it with a calm,
then it's not going to be received. It's going to be taken.
That's right.
Yeah. It's going to be just taken as an insult.
Yeah.
Or an
which, you might want it to be an insult, but that's not the best way to give it to someone,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Who doesn't want to insult people every now and again?
Hi, TK for life. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the bigger temptations that, we deal with in this life. Rev,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are just saying, shoot your shot, um, pass the Monoton home room, take a leap of faith, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But it depends on what you have to lose. I mean, is
Yeah.
this somebody that you're a really good friend with and you like them? Take a leap of faith, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Read that one already. Hi, Chris, Lord Kids Freak. Hi, TK'd for life. Hey, friends, my kiddo's autistic too. We just piled into the car from the park. Had to burn off that energy he's for.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it right there, Shell. About being the straight shooter, I'm assuming. Bang those drums. Just work while you do it. LOL. That was my house growing up. 10,000 elephants, says Kristen Melinda. Yeah. You wonder how you could ever hear each other over all the noise in the room of things not said. Boy, what a life, huh?
Mm.
I just spent all afternoon figuring out how to make a logo for my channel. My brain hurts. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good though.
Listening and lurking today. Who's crying? Oh, it's the bird, Misha. I
Yeah.
cannot type this afternoon. Sounds like a squealing pig. I'm sure the bird would be flattered. Polly wants a cracker.
Yeah.
I find that if I want to tell somebody something, one with Cat Shell says, I am patient, and all of a sudden the universe opens up a time for me to say it.
Oh, no.
That's when it's the most effective. Is
Yeah.
when you're looking for and waiting for that opportune moment. A lot of times timing is everything, you know. I tell people, says Misha, to single journal. It takes out some excess anger for one. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, you're not as reactive in the moment. Yes, and
Yeah.
that's always better, especially if it's something that really needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
I can see your comments, TK'd for life. I confess that some of the other lives, I kept scrolling back and seeing that people were responding to you, and I kept scrolling back to see if I could see what the comment was too, and I wasn't able to see it. But I can see this comment, and I can see the two others that I can see. So if I've missed something, I sincerely apologize. Said that earlier today, actually, sadly. I've had them not the show before. Thanks. I've had them not the show before. Not show. Yeah. I wanted to address that the other day, that I wasn't able to see some comments that you made, but I see that you are commenting now, Awakened. And logos are easy for me. It says Awaken. Anytime someone needs help, the offer is there. Thank you, Misha. A. Kenneth, sorry go. Adore you all. Adore you too, A. Kenneth. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, always, no matter how long you get to stay. Lord Kiss Freak, sorry, couldn't help it. I think all chat versus the live chat hurts so many of us with ants. Not sure. I may need help understanding that one a little bit, Misha. I got the general gist, but the coloring needs work. TK'd for life. Hit me up on Discord, babe. Bye, A. Kenneth. See you soon. By the way, I have 4 months sober today. Hey, where? Oh man, did I take my tiara in the other room? I did. Will y'all excuse me a minute? I'm gonna go get that because that's a today anniversary that's got to be acknowledged. I'll be right back.
I got a big bear hug for you. If that helps, don't have a tiara, but a big bear hug for, sober.
That is so interesting, Awakened. I don't have that option. You were just, oh, wait a minute. Oh, live chat, top chat. Wow, I've never seen that option before. That is really interesting. Yes, I see what you're talking about now. Oh, somebody's got their tiara on.
Yes, Lene. This was my mother's tiara. She wore it on her. We got it for her 95th birthday, and she wore it. And we had a tiered cake that said 95 years regal. It was her last birthday, and we all wore tiaras and did it upright. And every time somebody has a sober anniversary or birthday or important day, the tiara gets donned
That's cool.
in a royal wave. Have you ever noticed how the Queen Mother did this kind of wave? or
Yes,
kind of
because
one of
it's
one of these?
dignified.
Yeah.
Yes, it's dignified. That's right.
Okay, Carol, I sent you a screenshot of
Yeah.
what Nisha is talking about. Okay. You sent it to me on Facebook, Chris, Lord Kiss Freak. That is amazing, Lene. That is so good. Congratulations. For real. That is an accomplishment. And how are you feeling? That is amazing. Ants creator. Okay, I'm going to assume that Chris sent me something on Facebook. And I assume it's something he wants me to share here.
Oh, you mean the picture of live chat versus?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little setting above your in regular YouTube. You have the comments. You look
okay,
up from it. There's a little down arrow. You have three dots or the ellipsis over here. Right next to it, you have a little down arrow. It'll say
yeah.
top chat. If you pull it down, you could accidentally put it on live chat and back and forth. And I think that's why one time I couldn't see TKD for life or Taekwondo for life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that happened to me once before, and I didn't know about it.
Okay.
Somehow,
All
sorry.
messages, top messages. Okay. So is it kind of like is the top messages kind of like something that's been pinned or something? I guess I'm not understanding.
Well, I think live chat will display everything. I think
It should.
versus
I've never seen it not do that.
if you accidentally set it to top chat, it won't necessarily show everything. I think.
Okay. So Krista Melinda says, I get it. If you have one or the other top chat or live, it makes me think I'm being ignored when that's not necessarily the case. Okay. The universe is telling me not to go on this date tonight.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's good to hear that. The universe was trying to tell me not to marry my ex-husband, but I was hard at not listening.
We do that. Not talking about marrying your ex-husband. That I haven't attempted in that, but you know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lene. My tiara looks good on my barn hair.
Oh, yes.
That is good.
Yes. The only way I remember to not get involved with my ex-husband anymore is I remember the first night that I'd left him and we were staying at the shelter. My son, as I said, who's autistic, he wouldn't look people in the eye. He wouldn't walk up to them or touch them. First night in the shelter, first woman he sees, he walks up to her, touches her hand and looks up at her face.
Oh, wow.
So every time I think, oh, but he's being so kind. He's being such a good dad. He's being really nice to me. I have to remember that.
Right.
Because it's so easy to fall back into that whole cycle.
Yes, it
of
is.
He's being really good.
Yeah.
Before it gets into all of the issues of why you weren't there afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard it said that you kind of leave for maybe somewhere between 5 to 7 times before you actually leave.
Yeah.
Because they are good at getting you back, at pulling you back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I think I was pretty lucky.
Yes, Misha, I'll put the link in if you're wanting to come on. You have to change it. Okay, so we're still talking about chat. Okay, all right. So are you what is your DOC, drug of choice, whether that's or what is your recovery? If you don't mind me asking, is it okay to ask?
Yeah, you mean me?
Yeah.
Yes, at the moment I've got it down to food and money.
Okay.
So I'm pretty lucky that I can't drink very much. Although I was at a stage where if I didn't have like a full glass of wine, like half a litre, 500 mils of wine before I went to work every day, I couldn't work.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really, at the moment, I don't drink at all.
Okay.
But in a lot of ways, I'm quite lucky that a lot of the stuff that I had issues with is being taken care of for a lot of pain relief and other things like that. So at the moment, what I find I do is I eat when I'm bored, when
Yeah.
I'm tired, when I'm
Yeah.
stressed, when
Yeah.
I'm not busy. Which has been a huge issue. And because I'd had issues with mobility, of course, the weight just kept getting on. So I'm working through that at the moment. The other thing is spending money, but
Yeah.
we figured that may actually have something to do with the fact that I'm bipolar.
Okay.
So I go through cycles of doing really well and money only goes to what we need. And then next thing I know, I'll spend like $500 on clothing I don't need.
Yeah.
And I only get about $500 a week in Australian. I don't know what that is in American. So it's a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
And that really does cycle. And the other thing that I've had a lot of issues with, which I'm really getting on top of, is hoarding. And
Okay.
hoarding happens like it's now diagnosable, but hoarding happens a lot after you've had a massive event, usually something that will cause a form of PTSD.
Yeah.
And what it tends to be related around is using stuff as a need to be comfortable. So if you didn't have much, suddenly you have all this stuff. Especially if you were very poor, then you can suddenly have all this stuff around you to make you feel like you're rich, even if you never knew them, even if you never use it. Another thing with hoarding is anything someone gives you, you don't want to give away because you feel like you're betraying that person
Right.
by letting it go. Another one is things like achievements, even small achievements. You don't want to get rid of certificates or anything else like that, even from like when you were 4, because how are you worth anything if you don't have those still to show that you are?
Right.
You
That makes
know, and
sense.
yeah. Another
Yeah.
one is, this will be useful one day. I can
Yeah.
make something from this. I can make money from this,
Yeah.
you know? So you don't want to get rid of that just in case.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what that ends up being is you can't walk from your front door to your bedroom without having to go through like little aisles and things like that.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, Mrs. Chief. That's right, Ms. Chief. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. My hoarding, I've got to the stage at the moment where I'm not adding to it, but I'm not yet getting rid of everything. Is that Waven? You're funny.
That is so cute. Little guy.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear
My
me?
eating.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I like the back of your head. Can you hear us?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, cool.
can you hear us, Misha?
I don't think she can.
It's like
Maybe not. Can you
y'all
hear
are all
us?
roboty. Y'all are robotic.
Oh.
Yeah, no, she
Okay.
can't hear us.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
I can.
Okay. So Mischief says that
Maybe
we
trigger.
talked about
You're good.
hoarding with Tommy earlier.
Mm,
I was surprised how many people identified with me in that subject. I'm decluttering on Monday, starting with clothing. that can
Oh,
that
boy.
can be quite a process, Mischief.
Yeah.
I know that from the Hoarders show, you know.
Mm.
Y'all know about the
And
hoarding
actually, about the hoarding what?
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Mischief. I mean, Misha.
I'm not gonna work.
It was kind of cutting in and out.
Mm.
Clutter is a trigger, not a hoarder. Okay. Bad hoarding electronics.
That's another one.
You know
too.
what? You and my husband, Chris.
Yeah. It's interesting. It seems that men tend to hoard things they're going to fix to sell later on.
Yeah.
Women tend to hoard things that mean something from other people, or more on the other side too. Like one of my friends had all of these recipe books because she wanted to do the recipes. So she got all the stuff for it, all the cookery and everything else, and all these recipe books, but she doesn't do the books and she doesn't cook.
Wow.
So it's and I'm sure that we've all got something that we collect,
Yeah.
which is slightly different to things that we don't let go of.
Yeah.
So
I can. Yeah. And but sometimes there could be a fine line, and you never know what's going to push you over to the other side of it.
Yeah. And it's related to trauma from what the current studies show.
Yeah.
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 So yes, I think most of us here would understand that at some point or the other.
Yeah, definitely. So Mischief, I'm scared and excited. I could do with someone behind me forcing my hand. Okay, well, huh. So,
No one can force you to do anything. We can
That's
certainly
true.
support
Body
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Consider us
And
your second person.
mm,
Yeah. TK'd for life, Mischief. Consider us your second person. Yeah. Yeah. We'll go all the way through that with you, whatever
Yeah.
you're going through, because it is going to bring stuff up.
Yeah.
This
And
I got this when this happened, and
support makes such a huge difference. If you don't have that, I've found for myself that I often go into like shock or numbness if
Am I
I don't
causing y'all
have
to
that
lag?
support.
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't sense a lag. I can hear you, or I could. Can you hear us? Megan, glad I caught you guys. Hope you're having a good weekend, guys. Good to see you. Clothes, books, CDs, DVDs, vinyl, birthday,
Yeah.
cards, shoes,
Yeah.
etc. The list is endless. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Re-listen to that live while cleaning too, maybe. Okay. Very good.
I hadn't seen that live because that was, I think, 4:00 this morning for me.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Because I'm in Australia, so
I'm sorry,
it's
y'all.
9:15 now.
I can hear you, I think. Are you there?
Marie Mondo.
Am I
I have
loud?
not heard of that method. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Some people like
I've
the
heard of,
Marie Mondo method, but it might be a little intense for a lot of people. I'm not familiar with that.
yeah, I like the idea of Swedish death cleaning, which works for me.
Okay.
Which is when you're going to write out a will or something like that, and you've got all this stuff, who's it going to go to?
Right.
Like, where is it going to go?
Okay.
So, like sitting on my table at the moment, I can see a Toy Story 4 figurine that you're supposed to paint, which my son won't. And it's just sitting there. It's like, oh, there's that. Where's that going to go? Is anyone going to want that? Well, no, but I can give it to his school to use right now. So it's no longer
Okay.
cluttering my house,
Yeah.
and it's just things like that. Like, how many towels do I have? do I need 24 or can I do with 10 or even 8? You know, recycling clothing is good too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's like, well, how many jackets do I have? In Australia, do I really need more than 4?
Right
And do I
on.
really need one for Arctic conditions?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much of my son's clothing does he no longer fit into, but I don't want to get rid of because it's really cute?
Yeah.
Even though, like, I bought him a whole heap of stuff in size 12 at the end of last year because he'd grown out of his 10s and now he's fitting into 14s. His 12s are all too small.
Okay.
Am I going to hold on to them because I only had them for 2 months?
Right.
Or is it going to go? And that's that idea to me, because when I think about it, I've got my brother and his kids. My sister doesn't have any kids. My son is unlikely to have kids. So where is all this stuff going to go?
Yeah. And it might hold up for that kind of time and it may not,
Yeah. Yeah. Baby clothes are a big one too. Yes. Mischief has just put up as well.
Yeah. So the
yeah, it's
life-changing magic of tidying up by Marie Kondo is the Marie. So it's a method of,
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. So yes, I put this comment up, recycle a lot of, from Mischief, recycle
Yeah.
a lot of my clothes. So that's why I'm starting there. Next is
Yes.
shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also hoard old technology. I'm a hopeless case. Mom is the
Yeah.
same, so I'll have her junk eventually. I keep thinking,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave this mess to my children when I'm gone. This spurs me on to, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the
Yeah.
problem I've run into has
Yeah.
been mainly in music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I've thrown something away, it's like, wow. And with music, it's mainly cables. Not drums. I won't get rid of drums, but
Yeah.
electronic cables and things like that. And every time I've thrown something out, it's like, wow, if only I had that. So that is like a justification that, and I have to force myself to go through and clean stuff out.
Mm.
But I did have the last place I worked was a neuroscience site, and the person who led it, he was really big into cleaning, and some of it was a reason Tommy goes into, and a lot of it was just caring for your future self. That
Yeah.
you learn to love yourself by doing this stuff. Like he would have you, like your Keurig machine. You would set it up. You'd have water in it. You'd have a little cup in it, almost shut to where all you have to do the next morning is come in and turn it on, and you're doing that to show that you love your future self type thing.
Mhm. Hmm.
I see reasons for it, and I find I do better when I do that.
Right on.
But it's kind of hard to keep up, though.
Yeah.
It's like any habit, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I did
Mm.
my first tube of tear peanuts since I started doing my blood. So I did my blood draw, and oh my gosh, that was rough.
Ouch.
Oh,
I was trying to hold composure, and it didn't work too well.
Well, we can't be composed all the time. I hate
Oh.
needles. Oh, I hate them.
As one thing I liked, the only thing I liked about going through cancer treatment was they put in a port. So all of your, it's basically a little patch under the skin with a line attached for people who don't know, and it goes into one of your major arteries. So every time they give you any of your infusions or anything, it goes through the port. Fantastic. Didn't need a needle for like 6 months. It was so good.
Okay. And it wasn't uncomfortable carrying it around like that?
You don't feel it, unless you're
Okay.
actually tapping on it, you don't feel it, but it's quite big. Yes, the only time it used to whinge about it was if the nurses would do an alcohol swab and then put the clip with the needle in it on straight away.
Okay.
And one of the nurses who knew me really well, if I went, oh, that would hurt, because she didn't wait 30 seconds, she'd walk past me and go, oh, harden up, princess. I keep going. But she knew me, so it was okay.
Needles don't bother me. It's the tourniquet. Oh, okay.
Oh, tourniquet. Oh, for the needles. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huck says, I'll be back after the needles. No instructions given. I had to clean it constantly, scared to death on the pick line.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make the Arctic live in winter wonderland.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it can be a bit easier when it's cold compared to hot. Absolutely. Unless
Yeah,
you've got something like Raynaud's syndrome, which means that your body's antigens actually attack your arteries in cold weather. So you lose blood to your extremities. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. It's genetic. Yeah. So,
wow.
yeah.
Boy.
Not fun.
So what do you do for it? Is there anything that you can do for it?
Keep warm.
Okay.
I don't know that there's anything for it. I mean, most people who have it, it's only very mild. So like your fingers will go blue or red in coloring when it's cold. And not necessarily freezing cold. So, the temperature might drop 10 degrees from 25 to 15 and it'll come up. So that's all in Celsius again. I have no idea what that is in,
Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Yes. Bless you.
I should keep it straight in my mind what 70 degrees is in Celsius so that I can do the math potentially.
Yeah, that's why I use a calculator. I look it up on Google and it gives it to me automatically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the manual blood pressure cuffs are definitely better.
They are very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The manuals are better than the autos.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the auto ones, they have no give at all.
No. Feels like the bottom half of your arm is swelling.
And
it does. And it's, yeah.
And they're so bad to air out from time to time. And then it airs out once and it keeps trying to take it over and over. And it's because you haven't given your arteries a chance to recover. Yep. It's like, oh my God, my blood pressure is like 200 over 150. I'm going to die.
Yeah. No, 70 Celsius would probably be closer to 150 Fahrenheit.
Okay. I was thinking more in terms of 70
Someone just popped up in here saying 70 Celsius, like 102. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was meaning 70
That's
Fahrenheit.
right.
70 Fahrenheit would be 21.1 Celsius.
In Celsius?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yep.
So that 20 is a moderate temperature then? Not too hot, not too cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
because 70 would be our moderate.
We've had up around 90 the last couple of days, and we hit nearly 100 2 days ago.
I got to scream at a dog.
Animals are fun. Is that get off the clothing, get out of the road, or get out of my veggie patch?
I think
we'll know in a second.
So sorry, you guys.
What was it doing?
She was in the road.
Oh, okay.
She's a Pyrenees, and she's one of those Pyrenees that, some of them stay put, some of them don't, but she can get out of anything, any height, any, you know. If I wanted to do 12-foot fences to keep her in, that would be what it would take. Yeah. She can climb any fence. She can get over, just like leaping almost. Yeah. So she's trying to prove to me that she can be a yard dog. And
She's-
and I'm like, well, we'll try that.
Yeah.
But she keeps getting in the road, and she does. She'll be good all day, and then when it's meeting time, she's in the road.
yeah. Yeah. So she's cheeky as well as lying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awakened, just put down it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's about -10 Celsius, maybe -20.
Okay.
Yeah.
1.6.
Okay.
I have the calculator open. I'm not that good at
Oh.
math.
Yeah, it's 38, 39 here,
Yeah.
Misha. What was lovely, Carol? Me screaming at my dog, Edie Marie Sherman. I hope that, I don't know if that was what was lovely or not, but I jumped and started getting out in the road myself even. So that is why my hands and feet are always cold. Oh, so you have that condition as well. What's it called again?
Raynaud's.
Okay.
Raynaud's syndrome or Raynaud's disease, depending on the country you're in. Yeah. So, yeah, it's quite possible, especially if you are the person who rolls over in bed and no matter what the temperature is outside, your feet are cold. So you put them on the person next to you and they screech.
Oh, man. I laugh because I've done
Yeah.
that.
I don't know many men who do that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Spring is coming soon. Not soon enough, but it is. It's on its way.
Yes, autumn will be here soon. Only got another month.
Okay.
Mm.
I can't, it's so weird that it's your summer there.
Oh, trust me, it's so weird that it's your winter there.
I would imagine it's probably the temperatures are a lot like San Diego in winter in Australia. Just kind of.
It depends on where
Maybe-
you are. When I was living up at Mount Isa, we'd be lucky if it got to 10 degrees Celsius, which is cool. Down here around Sydney, it's unlikely to get to 0, which is freezing. Further down south, you'll get -10, -20, because you do actually get snow in areas.
Okay.
But
Are they elevated usually?
a little
Are the
bit,
areas
yeah.
elevated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing like what you get in the US, but yeah, it is a bit elevated, yeah.
Okay. Because in Southern California, that's where you would go to see the snow, is in
Yeah.
the elevated areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived up at New Hampshire for a while and worked at a ski fields there. So that's the only reason why I know -40 degrees Celsius is the same as -40 degrees Fahrenheit, because we had a day there that was -40.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where they cross over to the same.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, as in -40, but 40 degrees above the 0 line in Fahrenheit. Is that right?
No, -40 degrees in Celsius is exactly the same temperature as -40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where they meet.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I do like the Celsius of 0 being the freezing point of water.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I don't.
And 100's the boiling point of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what
Okay.
it's graded off.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, fully. I get out the calculator. I ain't doing that crap in my head. Math is like teeth staining. What is it? Smelly teeth staining, tumor causing, smelling, puking habit.
Oh dear.
I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correct. So we are in the foothills of the Pennines. Is that right? It's colder here than in the towns 3 miles away.
Yeah.
High up means you can't get flooded. It has its benefits, but it's cold.
Yeah.
If you're someone who likes cold, it sounds ideal.
Mm,
Some people like cold. Not this bird.
yeah.
But summertime is nice though, Misha. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had enough of winter. I'm ready for summer. This no longer entertains me.
Oh, you know how Australians complain about flies here being the worst in the world? That's a lie. Just go up
Okay.
to New Hampshire in the mountains in spring. You get those tiny little black midge things that bite that you can't see that don't go away. And they're all over you all of the time, everywhere. Yeah. Flies got nothing on those midges. Yeah,
Wow.
no.
I live in cattle country, so so the first warm day in winter, I'll have 10 flies in the house.
Yeah, yeah,
And having no idea how they even got there.
yeah.
Obviously, it's opening the door, but yeah.
They find a way. Lord,
No
Kids
see.
Creek can't go to the States.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
He's Canada.
Oh, okay.
I'm trapped.
P9s.
P9s, not P9s. P9s
Yeah,
is a better way of pronouncing it.
yeah.
P9s.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty.
Sorry. I'm just reading Awakened and the other one we just had up from Canada, like two ships in the night just passing. Cute. Yeah. Lord Kiss and Awakened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two ships passing in the night. Cute. Oh dear. No. So
Lordy.
as far as eating goes, what I want to know is what strategies other people have out there, because it's not necessarily the eating that's the problem, it's the feeling that you get and then not being aware that you do it. So if people have strategies where, you know, you're aware that you want to eat but are able to do something else, you know, or you're aware of the feeling of, you know, this feels tight, how do you work out what that is to then not just eat for it to go away?
With me at least, there's for whatever reason, I
Yeah.
used to be a lot better at blowing stuff off. But lately, when I've been talking with people on the web, I get so frustrated, and I notice the temptation when you're very frustrated to shove something down your throat. And
Yeah.
I know why that is, because your body is uncomfortable with that, and it's
Yes. Yeah.
looking for comfort. The big thing that I do is I get up and just kind of breathe. And you start to go to the fridge, but start to slow down and just kind of breathe a few times. A lot of times they'll just pass. And that's when, whenever I walk to the fridge, I try to do it slower. And that will usually cue in, like, wait a minute, why am I doing this? If I know it's
Okay.
because I'm angry, then I'll sit there and breathe and just walk around a little bit. And you'll pass so shortly. At least that's my trigger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that seems to work for me, is just trying to be, just try
So
walking slowly.
Yeah.
Misha said she lights a cigarette. I wanted to ask Krista Melinda if you had strategies. She says she relates. I struggled with emotional eating and stress eating, says Kristen Melinda. And I wondered if you had any strategies you could share. Penines
Yeah.
on those mountains. Okay. And Misha lights a cigarette.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily one of the better.
I suppose it comes down to
Especially-
whatever your addiction is, there's the triggers you're aware of and ways of getting around it. And with eating in particular, yes, I do find that something like being aware that you're walking to the fridge and that feeling would definitely work, will help anyway. And if
Right.
you do already smoke and you're doing that instead of drinking alcohol or cocaine or anything else, that's definitely the better option. So one of the things I do at the moment is make myself a cup of tea or coffee, which of course is very dehydrating and not good when you're having 8 cups of coffee a day.
Oh,
You know? So,
well,
but it's better than eating a whole bag of crisps or, you know, a half a
yeah,
kilo block of chocolate.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Failed resolution. Kiss, we'd love to have you. Big big Ben bang on the drum all day. Turner. Drink all day long coffee.
Yes.
So that's another strategy. Yeah.
But I have issues enough
Oh,
with sleeping as is. Like,
okay.
yeah, I don't like to say my son's name on live or anything like that because, you know, he's a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with his autism and that I'm lucky if he gets 6 hours sleep a night. And usually that'll
Really?
happen in a 4-hour block and then maybe 2 hours. Because
Okay.
he's going through teenage boy growing stuff at the moment, he'll sleep 2 hours in the middle of the day and then 2 hours and then maybe 4 hours or 2 lots of 2 hours and 1 lot of, and it just drives me mental. And he's taken to following me around the house. So I'll put him to sleep in his bed and he'll go to sleep and I'll go to my bed. So he'll get up 5 minutes later, even though I swear he's asleep, and come and get into my bed. And so I'll let him fall asleep, and then 5 minutes later, I'll go move into his bed. 10 minutes after that, he's in there with me. So I'll give him half an hour, and I'll get up and I'll go out to the lounge, and 10 minutes later, he's on the lounge with me. So most of the time, I'm just like, okay, I'll put him to sleep, and the first time he moves, I'm just going to go back to sleep. It's just, it's cute, but annoying. You know? Like, he's affectionate, and I love that, and not a lot of autistic kids are. But I'd like to sleep. So at some stage, yeah. So yes, and coffee actually used to help me sleep, but I'm quite sure I'm taking enough of it at the moment that it's not helping. You know, but yes.
Okay, here we go. Krista Melinda, there's a book I'm working through called When Food is Comfort. I'll share more thoughts when I've finished. Okay.
Let me see if I can find a pen and piece of paper. All right.
And Mr. says, broccoli and cheddar soup with blue Stilton on top is yummy, makes broccoli sexy.
No, it really doesn't. Blue Stilton? Yeah.
So when food is comfort is the name of the book.
Yeah. When food is comfort. Because there are other books I'm reading that are similar, which are about the psychological and emotional reasons why we eat. And I suppose that's why I find reading's okay. But in that moment of when I want to eat, I'm on my own. You know, there's not that someone else there in the house where I can say, look, I really want to eat. Can we talk instead, or can we go for a walk or anything like that?
Yeah.
So,
well, sounds like it's something that, like, alcoholics have their peer support.
Yeah.
And they have their sponsor or their, peers that they can call when they're being tempted in that way.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like that would be a good thing. And there is Overeaters Anonymous, but the anonymous groups is kind of a hit and miss as to how helpful it can be. Sometimes it is helpful.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be judgy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I like shows like The Lifeboat, because there isn't that judgment. You don't have to follow a strict prescription. Yeah. And of course, being here in Australia, like I've got friends who are in the US now that I can send a message to, but often in the moment I don't think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I've got someone here in Australia I can probably ring as well. But at the same time, it's kind of like that. And afterwards I'll think, I probably should have called her.
Yeah.
That trigger of calling someone or contacting someone. I don't keep certain things in the house either. My ex, on the other hand, always likes to send our son back with chocolate, a bag of chocolate. And I've asked him not to do it. But
15 seconds to change our mindset.
Yep.
15 seconds to give up all inhibitions. 15 seconds can save a life.
True.
So, does that mean stop and count to 15? Or, I mean, that's the whole thing, is you have to deal with those, habits that form with an addiction.
Yeah.
And
being aware that the emotion and the trigger is still there.
Yeah.
But I suppose, if that awareness comes first.
Yeah.
And I suppose
and so how to work up the awareness part. Because you have to eat.
Yeah.
And you do have your routine around eating. So breaking up the routine,
But I like that idea as, God, I'm terrible with names. I can't remember either of your names. It's not on my screen.
Okay, Carol and Dan.
as
People
Dan said before.
Things,
yeah. The bloke listening with his headphones on. That, as Dan said, that he counts and breathes to get through that anger as well.
Okay.
So I suppose that is really important to try.
Right. Yeah. Stop, be mindful, tell yourself all the things that come with them. It's your decision always.
Yeah.
I wonder if having like a tray of something that, like carrots or broccoli or something like that.
Yeah, I eat a lot of apples.
Okay.
I eat a lot of apples, which helps.
Yeah, which is sugar, but it's still better than a donut.
Yeah. And cucumbers, the other thing I find works well. The big Lebanese cucumbers, because they're not bitter like some of the rounder ones are. Yeah,
I'm not a big cucumber fan until they're pickles, and then I like them.
That's not cucumbers, that's pickles. It's a completely different species, I'm sure.
Well, that's one thing for me. My neighbors actually have it easy because of all the hearing damage I did from years of bang, 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 and doo, 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 doo. From years of damage from that. I have hearing aids, and the mic's cut out on acoustic kits. So as a result, I play electronics now. I was responding to Mischief's Buddy Rich comment. But yeah, the plus side, it is merciful to the neighbors, unfortunately. I'd like to. I find it generally a good policy just to try to be a general adjutant. I find that that's actually entertaining for me.
So you like your neighbors then, huh?
Well, they deserve some noise, but no. Yeah, electronics.
I broke the headphones to my amp, and I haven't got around to getting it fixed yet. Just the plug is bent, so I can hear like in one ear, but not both.
Talking guitar amp?
Yeah, for bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, for bass. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got
a real guitar,
bass and an amp.
not a pretend one. Yeah. It's like a shortened cello.
So Krista Melinda says maybe we could put reminder notes on our fridges, like call so and so first.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it is.
See, this is why you need a meeting, because some of the things that are actually quite obvious when you think about it don't occur.
Well, yeah, and I find that to be the case with me with all sorts of other things. I'll ask people all sorts of other ideas. It's like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
But, it's good to exchange ideas.
Yeah.
If I ever want to abuse myself, for instance, I know to go to Lord Kiss Freak, and he'll tell me to keep doing these until I'm ready to cry.
You know, Lene, giving up smoking will be harder than alcohol because you can do, you can go outside and have a smoke and, any time of the day. Thank goodness my doctor said just do one addiction at a time. Tommy said one meeting, harm reduction.
Yeah.
When you're getting to that point when you know that it's time to start looking at giving up the smoking, you might want to try getting your nicotine from a vape instead of a breathing in smoke vapor rather than smoke, until you're able to taper off and get there.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about vapes is that you can adjust, depending upon your setup, you can actually adjust and step down.
Yeah, I love that. I hook my guitar up to my surround sound. I hope you can play.
I believe Cosmic has done both at the same time, Lene. I didn't know she was a smoker, but I did everything all at once. And my reasoning, I was in rehab.
Yeah.
And my reasoning was I'm already miserable. And it's not going away fast enough for me here. So let's just do the whole thing and just get the misery, just work through the misery of all of it rather than dragging it out. And it's like slow, torturous death kind of thing was my reasoning at the time. And it worked. It worked for me. I had a little funeral for my last pack of cigarettes and and it worked. I picked up one cigarette like within a couple of weeks after that funeral. And it was when when I'd learned that Kurt Cobain had died.
Yeah.
And I was out on the balcony of the shelter where I was staying and asked for a cigarette. And we were just kind of standing out there talking, sharing, both smoking a cigarette. And I took one puff and I'm like, instantly regretted it. I'm like, but just not to be rude, I went ahead and smoked the whole thing. And that was that.
Had you tried giving up on things before that?
Yeah, I had tried giving up on both, drinking and smoking. When I had my son, I'm not going to drink anymore. This body can do this. And why would I pollute it with alcohol? But then it was one of those things. Well, it seems to be a theme with me. I'm already miserable. If I'm this miserable, why am I sober?
Yeah.
And so then, it was not the same as giving it up the first time. The second time getting back into it, I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't as good an experience as it had been before. Yeah. And it was starting to not be that way when I finally decided I'm going to, go through and, go full term with this pregnancy. And I was making a plan for giving up for adoption, which I did. And so I'd quit, to be pregnant. And but it was already starting to get to where it was like just not good, like it had been.
It wasn't enjoyable anymore.
Yeah, you just didn't quite get the same. I guess your body just does a different dopamine regulation over time,
Yeah.
And that's where I was. And when I went back to it, it just, there was enough of a reward for me to stick with it another couple of years, but not as good of a reward as when I had earlier in my drinking career,
Yeah.
Which I
Lord Kiss Freak is trying to kill me. He's trying to murder my person.
Yeah, I keep seeing it coming up in the feed, but I'm paying way too much more attention to the talking. So
the doctor gave me an out when I was pregnant, told me it would be worse on the baby if I quit. Stupid. I've given up for periods through my life, pregnancy, pneumonia. I need to kick up a bum for a few of my shortcomings. Yeah.
It's easy
you
to be
know,
hard on yourself, though.
yeah, it's not really helpful to be hard on yourself.
Hmm.
It's yeah, it's bad, but it is what it is. I like
Mhm.
I like Tommy's idea of harm reduction.
Yeah.
Maybe like every other cigarette, maybe make a vape a cigarette, and then the next one be a cigarette
Pinch your
until you
cigarette in
can,
half and only smoke half of it.
yeah,
That worked
any
for one
harm
of my
reduction that
friends.
can,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
because nicotine addiction is no joke.
Mm.
It is no joke. It is a hanger on, and it's a hard hanger on.
Mm. And it's more than just the nicotine you're addicted to. It's the hand to mouth thing. It's the I need a
Yeah,
break thing. So it's a great way to go and get a
yeah,
break.
get a
For some
break.
people, it's
Yeah,
also
that's true.
socializing, it's the I don't want to eat thing. So there are so many other things around it.
Yeah.
Even with my one of my friends who doesn't smoke, she always social smokes when she goes out drinking.
Okay.
And she just can't give it up. It's like, what, you don't smoke otherwise, why do you do it when you're drinking? It's like, oh, because I just it's better when I'm drinking if I smoke, so there's so much else associated with smoking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
That's true. And also, what I found smoking to be was like a companion that I could rely on.
Yeah.
I had to buy it, but, so many people letting me down, it was one thing that I could count on. And I knew what I was going to get every time I smoked, And so, that's a tough thing to let go of.
What do you mean a companion you could rely on?
Well, kind of like booze is for some people, like maybe you've had a lot of disappointments with people, but you can pick up a cigarette and you know what you're going to get.
Yeah. All right. I see what you mean. Yeah.
And it's a way to keep company.
Yeah.
Like
any kind of addiction.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
in a weird way. That's kind of a lot of what both smoking and drinking were for me.
Food, you've never
Kind of
let
a
me down,
companion.
and I need you to survive anyway. It's not like I can give up food 100%.
Yeah.
Quit straight
Exactly.
away. Out. Yeah.
Woo, Lene, ouch. Oh, honey. Well, wow, girl. Now that's hardcore. I mean, you know what?
There's addiction and there's whatever the hell that was.
Mad respect.
Although
Lene.
I suppose, you didn't.
Seriously, that's devotion.
Yeah.
That is dedication.
You didn't rob a bank though, so
in a way, I gotta admire that.
Oh dear me! Ouch!
Ooh.
You're funny, you are.
And that is so common, Rose. I have friends who do that, but then quit straight away after a night out.
Yeah.
Okay, about the smoking and drinking thing. That's how I started out smoking.
Yeah.
Just when I drank. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Food you have let me down, brought me back up, and scales hate you. Yeah. My son,
that's a good way of looking at it too. Yeah.
Used to eat his clothes.
Oh yeah.
Also, he ate his name tag on his first day of school. They remembered his name though.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Seb off eating his clothes by giving him Chewies, and then he didn't like them anymore, so we had to get Chewy tubing, and then he didn't like that, so I got the curly hairbands, and then he didn't like that, so we went back to the other Chewies. And so I was like, well, put like hot sauce on it or something. It's like, oh hell no, he'll eat that even faster. Loves the hot sauce stuff. I swear the kid's going to be a chili head.
I got some hot sauce for him. Or Lord Kiss Freak has some hot sauce for him too.
Yeah. All right. Don't worry about me. I'm just making coffee while I'm talking to you. No, I don't.
That's all right. Lene, it is. It's kind of amazing. Kristen Melinda
hello.
Says it's kind of amazing to have witnessed the eye of a hurricane. Period. SIGs or not.
True.
Like I said, mad respect. 100%. Keep giving me feed. I knew I needed something more before I finished my video. Okay. Anything on this front? Collars, cuffs, school tie. Oh,
Super funny.
God.
Yes, I'm getting this one.
Well, do you feel like there's anything that's been offered that could help?
Yes, for me, definitely. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
What? Who?
Oh,
Compressed air.
yeah.
I just did a couple
Cleaning
more.
your electronics.
I just did a couple more peanuts because I don't have the ability to tell Lord Kiss Freak no, and he knows this.
I get it now. I get it now.
Yeah.
See, you need a meeting too.
Yeah.
And Lord Kiss Freak can't help himself but to put you in that position. So, okay, you
Yeah,
guys.
enabling. He's an enabler.
Yeah. Peer
I think
pressure.
Lord Kiss Freak is much more advanced at this than I am.
I spent 2 days with friends over my birthday, and one of them is actually doing a Food Eaters Anonymous thing. And yet when we'd sit down and eat, she'd go, oh, I've had enough of this. Here, you eat it. It's really nice. Oh, why don't you try that one? And she kept giving us the food she couldn't eat. And I thought, not only is that an enabler, that's a pusher.
Yeah.
You know, she's just,
That's like a, yeah.
yeah. And I thought that's just so rude. So I actually
That
found
is
that
wrong.
I don't trust her anymore if I'm going out with her. Look at your face. Come on, give us a good look at what that's doing to you. Look, he can't even face us. You're right.
I'm just looking in the corner to see if I misplaced something.
He was living vicariously through you, Misha says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's messed up.
Oh,
That is messed up.
see, now I understand why people watch it.
Okay. Can you, oh, breathing hurts after eating something really super hot. I know. Oh, that's just wrong. Why do you guys do that to yourselves?
Why do people do it? Why do women keep going back having more and more babies? Like, seriously. You know? So, Ben, do you feel like you've had a good meeting?
This might be an intro to super hot.
Yeah, yeah.
The
She's
fire
busy.
is running. That's good.
Last I had heard about Steve
Kristen.
Steve M. Mischief was that he had gone into the hospital again and then was going home again with COVID, but they were going to send a nurse to his home to look after him. And that's the last thing that I heard. And yeah. How much can one person take? Hot sauce naturally limits how much of a thing we can eat. There's a strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not into hot peppers. I'm into hot peppers too. I drink water with doomed tincture in it. Interesting. They told me they wouldn't help medically after my third kiddo. I told him that you can never have too many, but can always have enough. I had my girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all taking ones for Steve. Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, prayers and love to Steve.
Yeah.
We miss Steve. Lord. You all right there, Ben?
It's all good. It's pleasant. I am happy. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I heard enough to not need to do that to myself. I'm good.
It's all good. It just
Oh,
feels. Oh yeah. Also good.
feels great. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay, I made a video for Steve on my YouTube and Discord. He is singing in the background.
Oh.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Well, you're a mod.
Ice cream.
Put your channel up, Misha. You're a
Yeah.
mod, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Married and divorced 3 times, no children. My choice. Don't regret it a bit. Right on, Lene.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I admire people who know that parenting
Mm,
is not for them.
yeah,
I
that they don't want
really,
children.
really admire that. I do.
Yes.
Again,
Don't give in
mad
to the
respect.
society
Yeah,
pressure.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. What did Ben eat? Something hot?
Yep.
It's a peanut with that. What was the sauce stuff on it?
It's got a. I don't know if it really even says. It's got a bunch of like crystals on it from hot peppers. I don't know
Yeah.
what the Scoville heat units of it is.
So it's not the tube of terror.
This is the tube of. Let's see, tube of terror.
Yeah.
It's probably
Is that
reversed.
Johnny Scoville on there?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Look at that. Well,
Uh,
that's very cool. Tube of Terror. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
the
No, I'm
tube.
good.
But yeah, it. I got to get another one. This one's almost out. But yeah, it's an interesting picture of Johnny. And Lord Kiss Freak has his signed by Johnny because Lord Kiss Freak is
on.
special.
Uh,
Oh, my Lanta. On that note, does everybody feel like we've had a meeting?
Among other things.
Among other things.
yeah. Yeah. I think you just read my ice cream comment.
I did,
Yeah,
but I don't know that I get it.
Yeah, super hot needs the ice cream to cool down that heat in the mouth. Down the throat, because milk's
Gotcha.
also supposed to be good for peppers
Oh,
or a vat of
okay.
yogurt.
Now
know.
I'm tracking with you. I didn't get it. Now I get it. Okay. All right. So we've got a 3. So how does it, y'all up for a minute meditation? Reading from my minute meditation book.
I'm going to leave before that because
Okay.
I don't do well with meditations.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll pop out and I'll catch you guys next time we need a meeting.
Thank you, Rose,
Thanks
for
for having
popping
me.
in. I
Cheers.
appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye. Ben, how you doing there?
Oh, I thought the mic was muted.
I know Lord Kiss Freak is loving it.
His tolerance has got to be a lot higher than mine is.
Oh man.
It's all good.
Okay.
No, it's not. But I'm just telling myself that in some vain attempt.
So are you still feeling it?
Yeah, it'll last about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
But, yeah, that. Whew. But yeah, I will do a mentalism trick on you at some other point. I was going to try to do it today, but there's no way I can hold composure for long enough, considering the pain that Lord Kiss Freak put me in.
Okay. So
Yeah. So it's not my inability
something
to say no. It's his. It's his trying to kill me. That's what it is.
so Misha wants Euphoria, no? I'm not laughing, I swear, says Lord Kiss Freak. He says I'm freaking howling.
I'm not feeling euphoria. I'm still looking for this euphoria that they feel. I ain't hit it yet. I don't know how much further I have to go before I do hit it, but
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, how about can you do 3 box breaths? Can you breathe?
oh yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Mischief managed. I'm glad you're here. Even 8. Ah, Lordy. Not enough, apparently. You guys are mean.
I hope Tommy never sees this.
You guys are so mean. I haven't tried any of the products but eating jalapenos is fun. And I know payback is a B, says Lord
Well,
Kiss Freak.
I really do want to try Johnny's Johnny mints. I do want to try those. I have no idea how hot they are, but I'm really wanting to try those.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, you guys. I don't even have words. I don't even have words. Oh no.
No. I don't know.
Mints.
I got to think of something.
That's just straight up sadistic, man. Mints. I want to try Johnny's crack balls. Golly, y'all. Unbelievable. Unreal. On that note, let's do some box breathing. I think I've had all I can take. All right, for those of you who are new, box breathing is when you breathe in for a count of 4, filling up your lungs and your diaphragm. They're like spicy junior mints, Carol. Okay, I'll take your word for that. I'm just gonna have to take all of y'all's word for about the hot stuff because, yeah, I'm weak. And okay, so you breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and then fully let the air out of your lungs in a count of 4. We're going to do 3 of those, and then I will read the triple scoop back tension release meditation. So when you're ready, close your eyes and breathe in, hold, and exhale. Breathing in, hold, and exhale. Breathe in, last one. Hold, and exhale. Get into a comfortable sitting straight. Get comfortable sitting straight. If you're slouching, place a cushion or block under your sits bones, but not your thighs. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs, hanging onto your thighs or knees. Pull your elbows back, pressing your chest forward. Oh, that feels good. Now cave in your chest, rounding your back. Inhale. Lift your chest again and hold, pulling back on. Yeah. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift your chest. One final time. Hold. And release. Now, keeping your hands on your knees or thighs, move your ribs, but not your shoulders, to the right and slightly up. Ooh. Now slide your ribs, but not your shoulders, over to the left, slightly up. Ribs slide to the right. Hold. Ribs slide to the left. Hold. Right. Then left. And back to the center. Now, sitting tall, hands still on knees or thighs, lean your torso forward, tailbone lifted back. Lean to the right. Okay. Lean back. Tailbone tucks under. Lean left. Tailbone out. And back to the front, tailbone lifted. I don't know. Drawing slow circles with your torso, clockwise 3 times. Now reverse circling counterclockwise, kind of like with your ribs, kind of making a circle with the ribs, bottom of the rib cage, and return to center. Finish with 3 deep breaths, each exhale softening and releasing effort from your back even more. That does help. Contortionist. Yeah, indeed. Oh, I love you guys. Whew. And with that, a resounding huzzah! Ben deserves a huzzah.
Oh, yeah, someday. I don't know how. Someday. They won't let me in Canada, probably, but yeah.
I don't know, Misha. Is there something wrong with me that I couldn't do that going left? I don't know. I might not have coached properly. That's a real possibility. It could be the coach. Yeah, we'll just let it be the coach.
Ah,
Thank you for the visual, though. First one I wouldn't have been able to do. Okay. Huzzah! The stomach coats itself with a mucus to protect itself from the burn, resulting in less acid.
that is what we call
That's your story, and you're sticking to it, I'm sure. Ah, it's all right. That was a little cheer yoga, and like the that actually kind of did help my back. I might do that one again later on. Okay, figured it out, she said, awakened. Oh, good. I was going to look up consciousness. Even Johnny has said it before. That's y'all's story, and you're going to stick to it, I can tell. Had a great time, everyone. Thank you. I'm glad you did, Lene. And congratulations on 4 months. That is stupendous, tremendous, and I'm very, very, very proud for you. Lordy. I've heard that, but still too much of a weenie like you and Ben are not. Love it here and love you. Love you too. Oh my gosh, well it's been real, y'all. It's been real fun.
Yeah. Well, you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
No, you cannot.
So.
And that's a good thing.
You have a good day.
You too, man. Oh man. Why do you do this to yourselves? I love this meeting too, Misha. Great words to live by. Yeah, indeed. You guys, thank you so much. It's been a fun and interesting one. And that's what I love about it. It's like this box of chocolate Forrest Gump keeps talking about. You never know what you're going to get. That's what I love about this. It's like you really do never know what you're going to get. And that's part of the good of it and the fun of it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and for being part of this. It's never a meeting without any of you guys when you're missing, I notice it, and I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate you. And I hope to see you next meeting. And until then, peace, y'all.